So anyhow, I also have been known to take ginkgo biloba, and I actually do feel it. It's a circulatory supplement. It helps your circulation, and so it helps your brain too, because you got a lot of itty bitty. What do they call them? The connecting, like electrical connections you got in your brain. And so you want good circulation. And if the ginkgo biloba does that, Alex Jones at the InfoWars store sells this Brain Force product. It's probably certainly got that substance in it, whatever this is from the ginkgo biloba. But the oil of oregano has a substance, a chemical substance, so it's scientifically provable. It's called um, uh, what is it? The it's that short-term memory thing going on. I guess I'm not eating enough ginkgo biloba. It's been months since I took any. But the oil of oregano has this active ingredient in it, and it said that you should get the kind with about 70% concentrate. I actually have a product here I got that, yeah, what do they call, what's this active ingredient? Carvacrol. They say you should get the 80%, but I bought this 70%. Hope it's good enough, but I use it. Seems very powerful. And I got a liquid form from my local co-op health food store here. It's a blend of, it seems very powerful too, organic oregano, 25% oil of oregano mixed with olive oil. But I use it topically. Anytime I've got any skin anomaly, I put this stuff on it, and invariably I get relief. I mean, a lot of ways I feel like a teenager still, because I'm still getting pimples. Got one coming up there, but like I said, I like my share of junk food, and that's probably what does it, hydrogenated fats and that kind of stuff. Stuff your body really can't digest properly. But I've been feeling like a teenager in a lot of ways, and I also use a product, this, they call it male vitality. Organic, help your testosterone levels, your libido and stuff. But it's a pretty good product from the, you don't want to get everything online. You don't want to, you want your mom and pop shops to survive, at least some of them. So it's good that you buy stuff locally. But, that's probably, maybe my hormones are acting up because, like I said, I'm 60 years old now, but I feel like I got another 60 years in me. It seems like just yesterday I was a teenager. It's amazing because I have abused my body in a lot of ways, and smoking cigarettes is probably the least of those ways. Junk food is a very powerful toxin that you got to watch out for. Gotta let you rot your teeth out, Too much crap food. But then I had some problems. My parents thought they were doing the right thing when I was a child, and they were giving me fluoride pills. The worst kind, the blue ones, I heard, they were the worst. It's very toxic, cause latent arthritis, cause cavities, dental problems. So I've been through from that. As a child, I got into the fluoride stock because they tasted like sugar to me. My parents used to have us put one little tab, tiny little pills, in our cereal, and you chew it up, and it tasted sweet like sugar, but brain damaging too. So, but what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. It's the same thing with stressing out your body. A little brain damage won't hurt you. People have brain tumors removed all the time, and they're smarter than ever. Some of the smartest people in the world have had brain damage, so don't let it bother you. I've had a little myself. But yeah, it's very important to understand medicinal foods and this business of fasting and how that rejuvenates your digestive system and helps your cells to cleanse and work more efficiently. So I don't believe in fasting in terms of going days. But, light fasts every day, letting yourself get nice and hungry, and then putting something good in there, because fruit can be a medicinal food too, right? Very cleansing to the body. Basically, the food God provided, very healthy for us. And I like my share of dairy products. Cheese, I don't know how healthy it is, but it's high in protein, particularly like your hard cheeses, like Parmesan cheese. Or I know I like extra sharp cheddar cheese. But it's good. You got to get your share of protein. You absolutely need protein. And get the superior protein, high quality protein. Sardines, again, healthy. I like peanut butter. I don't understand. I feel sorry for people with peanut allergies. Don't get it. But, yeah, root vegetables. Good stuff. More common than we think. We all eat a lot of root vegetables, but good, plentiful food source. But try to eat healthy. I recommend everybody have a will to live, to survive, and keep coping, keep contending. And as difficult as this battle gets sometimes, and much as it seems like a losing battle and you feel like giving up, look, turn to God. He'll give you the strength to carry on, because we need God. We do. We do need God. And like I said, I don't trust in Trump, but I trust in God. And if this is the right time in history, God's going to allow Trump to get something done. Really, I believe that. Alex Jones had a caller call in, and he really lambasted Alex for blaming millennials. And the guy's right. I mean, he was kind of echoing the same sentiment. He's like, dude, you don't blame the effect. Okay, when you see a forest that's burned up, okay, because some kid was playing with matches, do you blame the forest for not being strong enough, not being resilient enough against the flames? Or do you blame the kid playing with matches? Okay, that's the same thing. But, in society, we've had these idiots that have been throwing flares, boxes of flares in on windy days to start fires like that bailout of '08, debasing our currency. And then Alex wants, oh, they got less money. The millennials aren't making enough money. I mean, it's like, what in the hell is he talking about? Won't talk about how deliberately remiss the Labor Department's been at giving commensurate cost of living adjustments to minimum wage workers. So essentially, they've been giving them pay decreases for decades. He doesn't want to. Alex Jones is being a liar. He's being intellectually dishonest. And I hate to say that. I hate it with every fiber of my being, because I look up to him like a big brother or my dad, and as a role model. And whether he likes, wants to accept that moniker or not. I mean, it's just the way it is, baby. I mean, so you got to take, the slings and arrows that you're going to get from in your position of prominence and influence. You got to listen to people, man, and you got to start talking about it yourself. Talking about how that could have prevented all this wealth imbalance, all this anti-capitalistic crap, anti-progress, okay, and all the socialist sympathy out there. Don't act like, by avoiding it and ignoring don't act like it's happening in a vacuum. You know where all this sympathy's been coming from, man. Be real, be honest. That's all. Okay, you call yourself a Christian? Well, let those beliefs supersede your political beliefs. And anytime you bring up socialism and leftism and all this crap, man, you're brought up an economic discussion. So get into it, man. Get into it. Talk about it, man. Bring up the stuff I'm saying, man, or somebody close to him that's listening to me. Bring it up. Don't let him shrink away from this stuff. He calls other people cowards. Well, you're being a coward. Your belief systems are threatened. Your false pride about these issues. Okay, come on. Don't stop playing stupid, man. Let's get together. All this division in our land. George Soros trying to start a civil war in America. Don't give them what they want. Let's heal the division in our land by saying, well, let's agree on this. Let's make the desperately poor. Let's heal them. Let's make them prosperous. Let's bind the wound on the collective body of humanity where it's hemorrhaging. Okay, take care of Jesus Christ out there, the least of men. Okay, you're a Christian, let's do that. Prove it. Put the proofs in the pudding. Put your money where your mouth is. Fix the problem. Watch your taxes plummet, okay, as crime plummets. because all that money you're spending to support the crime now, and the drivers of the crime, desperate poverty, you wouldn't be spending anymore. So get real, man. Get honest. Be somebody, man, that you can stand before your owner with and be proud. You want to be proud of how you served him and how you served humanity, how you healed division in the land. Blue state, red state. Look at how prosperous. Oh, red states are perfect, right? They don't have any of these problems. But then he'll break into how the majority of these people that profess republicanism and conservatism and capitalism, how they're all a bunch of corrupt a-holes too. So, I mean, even he's torn, he's conflicted, and good. Well, that's good. That's a start, man. Now make sure you get firmly on the right side of history here, man. Stand up and heal the division, man. Bring socialists together. Bring people that believe blue and believe democratically and believe liberalism and all this crap. Bring them and tell them, say, yes, I confess, I admit, all we've had is crony capitalism. I understand what's turned you into a socialist. This wealth imbalance, of course, increasing poverty and minimum wage, not keeping up with the real cost of living. So it's like pay decreases, perpetual pay decreases, and how bad that is, and how that turns people into socialist sympathizers. Even if they're wrong, perception's reality. They fight and die for their belief system. So tell them you get it. Make what you present to them palatable so that they can accept it, and we all get on the same page. The division is healed. And at one unified front, man, we go up against these lying, stinking, elitist, scumbag monsters, man. And we defeat their butts, and we usher in this new age that's coming, come hell or high water, at the hand of God, one way or another, sooner or later, it's coming, man. And say, embrace it, man, it's coming. Let God's will be done, the Lord's Prayer. If God doesn't want money on earth, great. Let's figure out a way. How are we going to attain that state of affairs? You know, people probably wonder why I obsess and fixate on Alex Jones. Again, it has to do with his prominence, with his influence over the masses, and knowing that information and education, knowledge and wisdom, all these things, these are the cutting edge methods of educating us. These are the educators, the informers. And so it's critical. I mean, wisdom and all this stuff, it's critical, man, to the very salvation of our species and individual and collective salvation, and healing the division, man, and understanding the problem and coming out of Babylon, coming out of confusion, coming out of ignorance, and all of us getting on the same page again as a unified front, fighting these monsters, man. And understanding that, no, I'm sorry, even if prosperity breeds decadence, tough, suck it up. That's your problem. The individual's got to find their way out. But if God says the world is handed you on a silver platter, that's your problem if you want to be a decadent, lazy slob. It's not God's problem. It's not my problem. It's not his problem, her problem. Don't say that you're going to be the big brother and decide, well, everybody can't be born rich. I'm okay with hereditary wealth, and that's fine. Nothing immoral, unethical about that. I'll accept that. But then you're going to complain if it's thus saith the Lord, everybody's born with a share stock in the planet's natural resources. Oh, no, I can't go that far, though. I mean, people wouldn't work. They wouldn't serve. Prove it. Prove it. Just prove it. Why? And explain why we've been going the opposite direction so long. And look at the effects of going the opposite direction. And don't act like socialism's coming out of thin air, like it's happening in a vacuum. It isn't. God almighty, man, help us. I get so tired of this crap, man. So tired of the misunderstanding and I don't even know, man. Sometimes I just think either people are deluded, deceived. I mean, because the power of deceit is power. People believe what they believe, man, and you gotta kind of, take them at their word, and give them the benefit of the doubt and say, wow, they really believe that. I mean, I got it. It's getting harder and harder to give Alex Jones the benefit of the doubt sometimes when I hear the way he speaks out of both sides of his mouth. I mean, is he trying to confuse the public or bring them out of confusion? Just talk about red pilling them. Well, what exactly does that mean? Expand on that. Well, what is the answer? Is the answer violence? He wants to vaunt these people that won't take it from the Antifa. They'll show you. We'll show you, man. We'll punch you. We'll knock you out, man. We'll show you. And this is the answer, that we're just going to, violence is that what your Bible says? Is that what Jesus is telling you? But yet he'll do it. So he's talking out both sides of his mouth. One hand, he'll say he's anti-violence, and the next minute he's vaunting these characters that engage in violence toward their opponents, those that disagree with him. Even, we all say, well, two wrongs don't make a right, but yet he's trying to say that it does, because Antifa's violent first, so we're going to be violent back, a tit for tat. And, that's the way it is, man. That's the way the